It all started in 2006 when I met my founding board members. We were 12 strangers who had never met and were given a blank sheet of paper. We decided that we were going to solve an old problem in a new way by investing in people with brilliant ideas. It was different in its approach, in its grassroots focus, and it didn't try to fix the problems in rural Alberta by giving money for new buildings. Our focus was clearly innovation. There were some innovative projects that resulted in facilities, but I can't think of one out of the 85 we funded that didn't start with the vision of rural residents and their communities. Our challenge to rural Albertans was to show us ideas that became a project that could change a village, a town, and a province. And they responded as Albertans usually do, with imagination, enthusiasm, and entrepreneurial spirit. Our ADF was successful because we didn't just invest in projects and walk away. We had a unique approach to working with project officers who were there throughout the entire application and implementation process. We also had a clear vision and measurable outcomes that were monitored every step of the way. Our ADF's legacy is about imagination and community and economic impact. We learned many lessons about what works and what doesn't. My hope is that the lessons learned will lead to new ways to leverage programs and services for continued growth and success in rural Alberta.
This is Rocky View County, 15 minutes from Calgary, Alberta. In 2007, Ruth Hunt donated a 45-acre parcel towards rural senior housing. The project was initiated in 2012 thanks to the support of the Rural Alberta Development Fund. The concept and vision was to create a replicable, state-of-the-art, innovative housing community where rural seniors would be able to live in a rural setting that supports their needs and rural values and lifestyle. More importantly, it would allow for their active participation in design and decision-making. A community building a community. In its early beginnings, a Rural Seniors Advisory Committee was formed to provide advice and make decisions as a team. The research conducted by them and the Community Development Committee realized that rural communities need more housing and service choices for an aging population. 83% said they would move into this project or would consider such a move. Hunt Coulee Village, targeted for occupancy in summer 2016, is a low-density clustered residential development with an initial phase of 60 units and amenity facilities. The total planned density is for 120 homes. Plans for the third phase of the project will include an assisted living center. Its rural location, just 15 minutes from Calgary, Airdrie, and Cochrane, is easily accessible through the development's shuttle transportation plan for shopping, social, and medical trips. Lawn care and snow removal services are also planned. Home and personal support services will be offered through fee-for-service. All housing units, common facilities, and public areas will provide mobility accessibility, offering single-story units and employing ramps, non-slip flooring, and fewer stairs. In addition, mixed-income housing will reflect and accommodate income diversity. Canadians are only beginning to understand the growing needs of an aging population. The Hunt Coulee Village Project has galvanized a community to action, building for their own future, the way they want it, in the environment they know and love. It's in the wind, the power of the sun, the energy stored in the earth, and the fuel hidden in the biomass that result in renewable energy. In 2004, 20 South Central Alberta communities committed to work together to achieve prosperity. The Southgrow Regional Initiative was created to further the region's economic development goals and high quality of life. In 2012, The Rural Alberta Development Fund approved a $480,000 grant for empowering renewable energy clusters in the South Grow region using renewable energy co-ops. This initiative would build on the outcomes of the Community Renewable Energy Assessments, conducted by Lethbridge College's International Wind Energy Academy in each of the South Grow member communities. These co-ops will bring new jobs and revenue generation opportunities to rural communities, something that inspired the town of Cardston and Lethbridge College to explore ways of developing an unconventional economic engine. A year before talks began, South Grow led a discussion in Cardston on the renewable energy toolkit they had developed. Spurred by the toolkit, the Cardston Economic Development Committee talked about the possibility of a utility-based incentive that could attract new businesses. Lethbridge College and Cardston met to explore forming a partnership of sorts to develop a model. This discussion on renewable energies has motivated other communities to consider comparable ideas for other renewable technologies, such as the solar project in Vulcan, a green space park producing electricity, increasing community capacity while offsetting electricity for the street lamps. Thanks to things like the toolkit, the South Grow Regional Initiative is helping communities create strategies for the replication and sharing of best practices in co-op development. Alberta's alternative resources have the potential to create 300 times more energy annually than all the fossil fuels extracted in the province per year. For the over 20 members of the South Grow Regional Initiative, the opportunities to power the future are waiting in the earth, the sun, and the wind. Initiated in 2011 through a dialogue between the Fort Vermilion School Division, the Rocky Lane Agricultural Society, and the neighboring Beaver First Nation, the Rocky Acres program was designed to provide students with local, real-life, off-campus learning opportunities. It introduces them to farm and ranch operations. The program also teaches students about entrepreneurship, leadership development, and running a business.
I bet there's more right over here though, underneath here. Check, put the shovel right in here and see. Give her a push. There you go.
The three goals at the heart of this multifaceted program fuel the students' motivation. In fact, they were very involved from the very beginning of the project in the building of the Rocky Acres infrastructure. Data provided from Alberta Education's Accountability Pillar indicates a decrease in the dropout rate at Rocky Lane School and an increase in attendance of elementary and junior and senior high students. Provincial Achievement Test results for Rocky Lane students in grades 3, 6, and 9 show significant improvement in English language arts, science, and social studies, including an increase in the percentage of students achieving a standard of excellence. Thanks to the donation of Beaver First Nation land, students are now engaged in growing a grain crop, which contributes to the financial viability of the Rocky Acres program. The land also produces hay, which is used to feed the animals on the farm during the winter. Riding clinics have also become an ongoing component of the program. Beyond the financial support received from the Rural Alberta Development Fund, which accounts for 24% of the total project, the program will be sustained through Alberta education funding based on high school credits earned by students, funding for elementary and junior high students involved in farming activities, and revenues generated through the greenhouse gardens, grain crops, animal sales, and the horse riding school. They say it takes a community to raise a child. The Rocky Acres program also shows that given the opportunity and resources, it is our children who can have an impact on the sustainability of our rural communities.